Yo, what is good everybody? Welcome back to another Jujutsu Infinite video, and today we're going to be talking about and showing you guys about my crazy PvE build that I'm basically mastering out for my previous video. So in my previous video, I did a black flash build with ratio, showing you guys how strong ratio is, but this time I'm basically maxing out that build, or as much as I possibly can. And I've been going through the Trello and going through the in-game testing arena to basically check out what is best for PvE, and I think I found a pretty good set, so I'm here to tell you guys all about it. But before we get started, as always, if you guys have a question, if you guys want to talk to me, leave a comment down below, and while you're down there, please like, subscribe, and turn on the noties because it's all free and it helps me out a ton. Now, without further ado, let me go ahead and explain this build. And like I said, this is mostly orientated to black flash, ratio, and divergent fist, like my previous build. Since we already have all of them in the training area, I'll just tell you which one I have. So on the screen, as you can see, I currently have Demon Vessel, Infinity, and Ratio. The main one that you really want is Ratio, and then your secondary, you need a mode. That's why I have Demon Vessel for switch, and then the third one could be any extra burst damage technique ability. I recommend things like Yuta, Infinity for reversal red, just anything that has instant damage or quick damage without too much knockback. So let me create my loadout really quickly inside the game. All right, so here we go. This is the ideal loadout that I'd say people should get for this build. Dismantle for quick damage at the start or whenever they're down, and then you can start M1ing because this continues to damage even after you use it. My second ability is Ratio Technique 7-3 Strike. This just does insane amount of damage with the Black Flash activated. For third ability, we have Ratio Unwavering Output. This also does an insane amount of damage. It doesn't have a special Black Flash effect where it does more damage if you have a Black Flash token, but it just does an insane amount anyways, and it's quick and easy to use. My fourth one is Infinity Reversal Red. It's just a quick burst and has a huge AoE. My fifth ability is Curse Queen Ghastly Fist. When you're using this against bosses, it doesn't knock them back and it does a ton of damage. It's kind of the same as Dismantle. My sixth ability is Maximum Jacob's Ladder. This could just be a combo ender. Like if he's already low, just pop this and he'll explode, or whatever you're fighting, whether that is a group of mobs or a boss. My mode is going to be Demon Vessel Switch. This gives me 50% more stats into damage and defense. And then my domain is going to be Domain Expansion, Malevolent Shrine. Just the best PvE domain out there. It does so much damage against mobs and bosses. Alright, now let's move on to the skill tree, or your stats. Alright, so for health, I like to go all the way down the line until right here, slow RDC. Now you can continue going if you don't think you have enough HP, and you could even get Brain Heal if you can't get meter fast enough. But honestly, I cover both sections of that problem, so that's why I only go right here, so I have more points to put into other places. Now we're gonna put it into focus, or let's start talking about focus. Basically, you just want to max everything out except for focus tokens, which is right here. You don't need focus tokens because you will be using Black Flash a lot. Like you'll be spamming it and you'll never be full. So we're gonna continue on unlocking all of these. Now for total concentration, you don't need 10 to 15 seconds of this because you will have Black Flash up very, very fast. So this will basically reset, and that extra seconds don't really matter. And of course, in my previous build, I didn't get Sparks of Black Flash because I thought it didn't give any other buffs besides these variations of attacks. But people in the comment sections were telling me that it actually gave a tiny buff of damage and focus, and it did a attack once you do 3 Black Flashes in a row. So we're gonna go ahead and unlock this. And now we'll come back to Vampiric Black Flash if we have extra points at the end. But now for technique, we're just going to go down the line, getting Divergent Fist along the way. And of course, Second Impact and ending right here, because we don't need all these other moves. These moves are basically used for full first innate technique users. Now we have 39 points remaining. We're going to go ahead and put it into Black Flash Vampiric so we can heal from every single Black Flash that we have. This will make up our healing just in case we get low. And since we have 21 more points, you can put another point to total concentration if you don't land moves quick enough. Or what you can do is, if you're good at parrying, I recommend getting Vampiric Parry, or even Parry Focus, because this gives you more focus bar if you parry. Now let's move on to the most important part of this build, which is going to be the armor, the accessories, the nature, and the awakening. And a quick little disclaimer before we start talking about this: armor pieces don't actually stack if you have multiple effects. So for example, if I had the special grade Sorcerer Jacket, which gives me 25% extra damage to all curses because of Exorcist, and then I have the special grade Sorcerer Pants that gives the same thing, they will not give 50% in total if you equip both. I put the clip on the screen. As you can see, my damage output is a lot less with duplicating armor pieces. So I recommend having different armor pieces, or at least different armor pieces with different effects on every single slot. Now with that being said, let's go ahead and start with the first item on the screen, which is going to be Perception Blocking Mask. This could be obtained to the Detention Center, which I believe is the last investigations that you get in the storyline, and of course in investigations. And what this does is it gives you 71.5 health. But not only that, it gives the effect Perception Block. And I found this through the Trello. This has to be probably the best PvE helmet or headwear out there, because the Perception Block deals 30% more damage to all mobs. And I guess they changed it to 20%, but still 20% damage to all non-player entities is insane. That literally includes curses, cursed users, bosses, etc. Anything that's just not a player, you'll do 20% more damage. Plus, they will not attack you on sight. So they'll only attack you once you attack them, which is really good for investigations and picking up items on the floor where there's a ton of curses and you don't want to have to deal with them because they're so annoying. Now for my outerwear, I have the Ocean Blue Sailor's Vest. This is from Dagon, the Ocean Boss. This gives us 20.9 health, 62.5 technique, and the effect Abyssal Curse. Your status effects last 20% longer against mobs. To everyone you guard break or black flash, you will apply the wet status effect for 2 seconds. And the wet status effect is basically like a slow, so you'll be able to land more moves and you'll be able to even land more black flashes because they are, and that is kind of the main thing you want. Plus the 62.5 technique. 62.5 technique is a lot, and we need a lot of technique because of Black Flash, Divergent Fist, and Ratio all scales on that. Compared to Cloak of Inferno, you burn other people around you, I guess. Only 40 technique and you deal more damage when they're burning. It could be a good alternative, but only these two right here. Only choose these two. Do not choose the Deep Black Sailor Vest because this gives you 62.5 health instead of 62.5 technique. You don't need more health. Now for my shirt, I have the Special Grade Sorcerer Jacket. This could be obtained by just doing the storyline and upgrading or promoting to Special Grade. They'll give it to you for free. This gives us 28.6 health and 42.9 technique and has the effect Exorcist like we talked about earlier. You deal 25% extra damage to all curses. So cursed mobs, cursed users, and I believe even bosses as well it'll work with. So that's just the overall good PvE armor piece. And then for my pants, I have the Demonic Toby, which is a special grade drop from Sukuna, or the final boss in the game. This gives us 60 health, 25.8 technique, and 2 effects. This is probably one of the best PvE armor pieces out there that you could get. So the effect is Boss Hunter. You deal 35% extra damage against boss mobs, and the effect is Kokusen. Your black flashes deal 20% extra damage against mobs. So when you're using Black Flash, you basically deal 55% extra damage with this one armor piece. It is absolutely insane. And now these two are interswitchable. If you don't want to use the Special Grade Sorcerer Jacket, you could use the Special Grade Sorcerer Pants. And if you don't want to use the Demonic Toby, you could use the Demonic Robe because they both give the same amount of effects. Now for the ring, I chose the Tactful Ring because this gives us the most amount of technique in the game, 59.6. As you can see, it can be obtained as a legendary drop from normal chests. Currently, I don't have this in my in-game build, but like I said, I chose it because it gave us the most amount of technique compared to Molten Ring, which is the one I currently have. A decent amount of technique, but it gives us strength, which we're not using. And all these other ones don't really give us a lot of technique, and the effect isn't good for our build. And that is basically it for our armor pieces. Now we can move on to our awakenings. So in order to get Cursed Energy Natures, you need Cursed Energy Scrolls, which could be obtained from special grade rarity chests. And once you use them, I recommend trying to go for Rough, which gives you more damage on M1s. You could also get Electric, which gives you lightning M1s and additional damage to your M1s. And this also goes for Flaming, which gives you flaming status effects on your M1s, which deals tick damage. Now for your awakenings, you get awakenings through the Petrified Hand, which is a special grade item that drops from special grade chests. And the one that you want from here is Black Flash Arms. This gives you 8% more additional damage to Black Flash, so it's just the best one. But if you can't get that, Flash Arms will be pretty good because this gives you 20% increased damage against PvE mobs with your M1s and your heavies. So pretty good. Without further ado, let me show you guys the amount of damage this does. All right, here we are inside the main game. As you can see, I don't have the same items right now because I'm still grinding for it. And I don't have the same moves because I don't have Yuta, but this will do. Let's go ahead and head to the bosses and let's fight Sukuna because I'm more used to fighting him anyways. Let's enter. Let's solo this guy, and let me show you guys the power of this build. All right, here we go. Let's pop buffs. Let's pop our switch. Let's pop our Divergent Fist. And now, let's summon Sukuna in. So I might not talk that often, but I'll see if I could talk a little bit. Let's use that. Dismantle, 7-3 strike, and then output. Look at his HP. He's already down to 30k. That is an insane amount of damage. Once he comes down, I like to use reversal red. And then 7-3 strike. Boom. Hit some M1s in. Wait for him to land. Hold block. Dismantle. Second impact. And then I like to use incomplete domain right before he gets to half. So I could, of course, get that damage buff and not allow him to get his domain. Oh my god. I perfect blocked that. You see that? Oh my god. I'm going crazy. Look at his HP. Look at his HP. Look at his HP. Bro. This build is not serious, bro. This build is not serious. And then he's dead. Bro, you see the amount of damage 7-3 strike with Black Flash did? That was like almost 3k. Jesus Christ. All right, this time we're gonna run it back and we're actually gonna look into the damage one at a time with each move. All right, here we go. So the first move we're gonna try is second impact. So once he spawns, I'm just gonna use that immediately. All right, come on. All right, second impact. 766 plus, what was that, 400? So that was what, 1k? All right, let's use 7-3 strike. All right, that was about 1.3k. Not too bad, not too bad. This is without Black Flash, by the way. And now we use unwavering output. 2100. That is insane. All right, now let's get Black Flash. Let's see how much damage 7-3 strike with it does. 3000 damage. It was 2500 and then 400 afterwards, and now we get a damage buff. Okay, now we gotta use normal Black Flash. I need to check this out. All right, normal Black Flash. Boom. 2600. And then let me see what our technique does. Reversal red. How much damage? 2400. So we're basically doing 2k damage with each and every one of our abilities with all the buffs. That is an insane amount of damage. Well, we might as well finish off Sukuna and show you guys that this thing is still powerful even without my domain. So 7-3 strike. All right, that's like 4k damage right there. Jesus Christ. And just look at his HP just go down. Look at the amount of chunks he's taking. And then 7-3 strike again. Let's use dismantle. Let's use output. And then another Black Flash. Boom. And that right there, that was the fourth Black Flash that procs after 3 Black Flashes in a row. So that was an extra 1k. And he's dead. And just like that, that is the build. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys have any other build recommendations or maybe a better build than this, leave a comment down below because I want to know. But with that being said, I'll see you guys later. Peace.